first stage in the service process is to disassemble the cylinder into its separate parts. The first part to disassemble are the air connection fittings. To do this, you require a 14mm spanner. Start by turning the fittings anti-clockwise. Eventually they'll become free to move and remove by hand. These can be left aside for inspection at the next stage. Do this for both fittings. The next step in the disassembly sequence is to remove the toy rods. These rods run the entire length of the cylinder and hold the end caps onto the barrel itself. There's one located on each corner. In order to remove them, a nut must be removed from each end. You'll need an 8mm Allen key to remove this nut. All four must be removed from each end of the cylinder, as they are identical. I recommend you use one Allen key and one driver with an 8mm bit attached to it. Put the drive securely in place on one end and loosen the other end with the Allen key. Once free, lay them to one side. Repeat this for the other four corners. The next step in the disassembly procedure is to take off the end caps. The first end cap we'll take off is the rear end cap. Do this by holding the cylinder tightly, and a short rocking motion should ensure it comes off gently in your hand. You can leave this to one side for inspection. At this stage, it's important to remove the piston rod assembly from the cylinder barrel. The importance of this is it must be removed through the rear end cap. This is achieved by pushing on the end of the piston rod at this end and collecting it through the rear of the cylinder barrel down here. Once removed, it can be set aside for inspection. So push the piston rod through and collect it this end. Last but not least, the front end cap can be removed from the cylinder barrel. Use the same manner as you did for the rear end cap. A slight rocking motion should ensure it comes free. And lay it aside for further inspection.